My name is Erin. I'm with Ingenex Digital Marketing. I'm up here with Stacy Collick with Dollar Bill Printing. And I'll stop doing that. Yeah, thank you. Wow, the mics, I feel like they amplified the mics. Yeah, maybe it's just me. Yeah, they have. Good job, Connor. So anyways, thank you for coming to LA2M on this balmy January day. It's kind of nice out. It's not raining. So thanks for being here. We had a few frigid LA2Ms, right? But now we're back to the warm LA2Ms. And yeah. So anyways, any first timers? Any first timers? There's a few. I see some new faces. Thank you folks for coming. We do meet every Wednesday. Almost every Wednesday, except like Jewish holidays and at Christmas. But every other Wednesday we should be here. And then we also take up a little bit of time in the summer. So Stacy's up here because Stacy has lots of things. Stacy has our basket. We pass the hat here. So there's no fee, there's no membership to LA2M. So you're not members. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, which we painstakingly went through the process of becoming. And we're working on expanding the benefits of that. We actually did just get a Google grant, which we're starting to set up, so we're going to get free Google advertising for LA2M, which is wonderful. It's really good exposure for our sponsors. We're a sponsorship-driven organization, a volunteer-driven organization. We have one employee. Mary Lou is our official employee because there was just too much work to do. So we said we have to pay somebody, so she is our person. And we pass the hat. So if you want to contribute to help keep us going, cover our costs, we suggest maybe a $3 to $5 donation. Donation is optional. Nobody is watching, so you can just pass the hat without guilt, or you can put money in there, and that goes to our. It goes straight to the bank, and it actually helps fund our organization. What else? We have a LinkedIn group. We have a Facebook group. You can follow us on Twitter at LA2M, and we do encourage you to tweet during the program. Today, Lauren Schneider is tweeting, and use the hashtag LA2M. You can also check in on Foursquare at LA2M. Actually, our speaker is the mayor. Is that legal? Can the mayor speak? I guess, hey, you're getting a lecture. You're getting a lecture from the mayor today, which is a really rare experience. I didn't think you'd hear it. Yes. Oh yeah, our sponsors. Our sponsor's not here. So, ServPro of Canton is our sponsor. Normally they have cool little giveaways, but ServPro does that thing like if your basement gets flooded, or if you have mold, or like something strange happens to your house. They really come in, they clean the whole thing like it never even happened. They did it to me. We had mold in our basement a few years ago, and it was really wonderful. It's a nice feeling because I'm not good with mold, right? So I say hire it out. And ServPro of Canton is our sponsor. What else? That's it. Okay. We have an LA2M t-shirt. We don't have our photographer here right now, but we're going to give Jerry's here for me. We'll give the LA2M to our speaker.
Try not to work harder when he gets here.
Yeah. But so just to give you an idea of format. So our speaker talks for around 30 minutes. We do have some time for Q&A, and then we do introductions. And if you do want lunch, it's $10, and the menus are on the table. So, oh yeah, one more thing. The ACE event is tomorrow. I know some other people are going to talk about that. The ACE event is tomorrow out at, what's the name of that place? Burton Manor? Thank you. It's out at Burton Manor in Livonia. So if you're into entrepreneurship, go to the ACE event. If you're looking for networking, go to the ACE event. It's only $13, which is a great deal. They feed you all day. There's great speakers, great workshops, and I'm going to be out there. So you guys should be out there if you can. Yes, question?
It's 13 online. It's 20 at the door.
Oh, thank you. Yes, 13 online, 20 at the door. So it pays to do online. Alrighty. And then at the end of today's program, we will do introductions. Everyone will get the chance to introduce themselves. Tell us who your business is and if we can help you in any way. Sound fair? Great. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce our speaker. I know our speaker pretty well because she works at Ingenex Digital Marketing. She is our illustrious content producer. She's very talented. She does photography, she does video, she does writing. She does a lot of things. She really understands social media. And so anyway, she's been with Ingenex for a while, and she's going to talk about every brand has a story and brand storytelling. So if you could please join me in giving Erin O'Neill a warm round of applause. Welcome her. Thank you.
All right, can you guys hear me? Is this thing on?
It is.
All right, awesome. Like Derek said, my name is Erin O'Neill. I'm a content producer at Ingenex Digital Marketing. So what that means is it's my job to create for our clients a narrative, and I do that through writing, video, photography, social media, and content curation. There's a lot of different aspects to this. A little bit about me. My background is educationally in journalism. I have 2 degrees from University of Missouri School of Journalism, bachelor's in media convergence journalism, master's degree in something called visual editing and management. So that means I have a really broad experience at newspapers, TV stations, radio stations, producing content that engages and inspires people to stay active. So, without further ado, what is brand journalism? An approach to content marketing that emphasizes storytelling. Traditionally, marketing is not very story focused. It is very call to action, ROI. You guys know the buzzwords. If you're a regular comer, this is what people talk about. Storytelling connects with people on a different level. It connects with people on a personal, an emotional, a civic, an informational. This is going beyond selling to create a relationship of trust and loyalty with your audience and your customers. Journalism does this in a way that is unique to the industry. Journalism will go out of its way with a code of ethics and a set of best practices to ensure that the audience trusts and understands our content. So, what parts of journalism, or the ethics and principles of journalism, can we apply to marketing? Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. I forgot about this. This is a project, oh crap, sorry, I'll go back. Because it's going to start auto-playing. I created, in my studies at the University of Missouri, there's a photo workshop. 1 week documentary photography. You go to a small town in Missouri with a bunch of photographers, and everyone produces a documentary photo story in 1 week about people in this small town. I was tasked with explaining the experience of people who were photographed during this workshop. Now, while in some aspects this is an exercise in studying journalistic practice, it is also an exercise in studying how people interact with a product. The product being this photo workshop. So, without further ado, hopefully this will play properly. Yeah.
Are you plugged into the thing?
Yeah, I'm plugged in. Anyway, so while we figure this out, we can come back to this if we have time at the end. So principles of journalism. Journalism's first obligation is to the truth. This is something that journalism holds above all other things. So for marketing, the takeaway is that you should be honest and authentic in your communications with customers, pretty much at all times. This is not something that you can conceal. People are going to find out. So part of creating trust and creating a solid relationship is being honest and forthright and authentic in your communications with customers. Hopefully, we'll be giving you a few avenues and a few methodologies that will simplify this process for you. Journalism's loyalty is to citizens, so be loyal to your customers. This is more than just being honest with them. This is about thinking and doing things that are in your customer's best interest. This expands to all aspects of your business, or should expand to all aspects of your business. But particularly in marketing, this is really about giving people information that they need and want to use your services properly and to your best extent. Journalism must strive to make the significant, interesting, and relevant. So do the same in your content marketing. This is probably the biggest challenge that any journalist or content marketer will have. How do you make something scientific and esoteric, or, I don't know, mundane or seemingly banal into something that is exciting and interesting and important? And this is an everyday struggle that you work with your product, with your customers, and of course through your media. Striving to make things interesting and relevant is the goal, the ultimate goal of content marketing. If your content is not interesting and relevant, people will not care and will not read it. So the final thing, journalism is a humanism, and so is good content marketing. What I mean about this is journalism does not exist without human interaction. There are no stories without sources. There is no documentary photography without people. There is no news broadcast without people to talk to. Content marketing, as much as you want it to be about your products, it's about people and the people who use your products and make your products and interact with your products or services. So that's really where your content's going to come from. What do people do with your product or services? How do they interact with it? So just things to think about when you're thinking about content marketing. So the next kind of piece of this is how do you determine, or what things do you look at when you determine what would be useful for content marketing? There are 6 up here kind of main things we call use pegs. Things that connect to what people, or what should be seen as important in a story or a piece of marketing. So timeliness. Pretty self-explanatory. You want things to go out when they happen. The news happens every day, so should your content marketing. If something is happening today, you don't want to write about it 2 months from now. Doesn't do you any good. So timeliness, especially with real-time marketing becoming a huge trend in 2013, the immediacy of social media and online updates, timeliness is incredibly important. Proximity. Proximity is generally speaking geographic. So a person in, say, Ann Arbor, Michigan, is going to be more likely to listen to a story or care about something happening in Ann Arbor, Michigan than they would be in, say, I don't know, Timbuktu or Ohio or further away. We also connect proximity with cultural values or places we've visited or places we have a connection to. So when you're considering proximity, and say you're a local company that has a few locations in Indiana, you can talk about Indiana because you have a connection there. But you're probably not going to want to talk about Kentucky because you don't have a connection there. So thinking about proximity, who your audience is, and what locations they're going to care about is important. Visibility. Visibility is essentially the premise that famous people get more attention. If you have any connection to prominent or famous people, please exploit it. It's going to be good for your business. Conflict. Journalism's biggest issue is their propensity towards a conflict bias. Every good story essentially comes out of conflict in some way. So it is something that while you should not irresponsibly talk about, conflict is definitely something that can heighten and be leveraged in content marketing. Because every story at its core is about a conflict. Impact. Impact is about scope. scope of what's happening and how many people it will affect. So if there is a traffic accident and it's just a fender bender and only 2 people are affected, then it's probably not going to make the nightly news. If there is a huge bus crash and hundreds of people are injured, heaven forbid, then yes, that's going to make the nightly news. The bigger the event, the bigger the impact, the more prominence it gets in your marketing and in general. And finally, novelty. Novelty is kind of my favorite thing. This is when a dog bites a man, it's not news, but when a man bites a dog, it is. So you're looking for things that are out of the way, a little bit strange, anything weird happen in your office, anyone have a bizarre quirk? You're looking for things that don't happen every day. Those become news. So, stories can come from anywhere. And this is something that I think that a lot of content marketers really struggle with. Looking at every aspect of your business and looking for stories there. They can come from the mailroom, and they can go all the way to the top of a CEO. Stories come from everywhere. They start with the people who your first-time customers who are making a very small purchase or use of your services, to the people who have been dedicated, loyal customers for years. You can look at so much of what you do as a company. Examine every aspect of what you're doing and look for stories. Because if you're looking at people, because content marketing is humanism, then you're going to find them. There are stories there to be had and to be seen and to be told. So just some kind of starter ideas. Testimonials. These are kind of the tried and true, easy pickings kind of deal. Who uses your product? Who likes your product? Why do they like your product? How do they use it? Do they use it in a novel way? How is it changing their life? These kind of things can be connected and told as a story. Behind the scenes. How is your product made? Or how is your service delivered? How did it come to be? These are questions that you can answer in your product marketing. Company personalities. Do you have a big personality at your office? Do you have costume Fridays? These are things that make your company unique and make people connect with your company and your products and your services. How it's made. Kind of a behind the scenes thing. Again, looking at manufacturing. Where does it come from? Are you going to trace the potato in your French fries all the way back to Idaho? You could do that. That would be a really kind of fun thing to do. Events. Big story thing. Anytime you attend a conference, host an event, win an award, these are all events that need to be documented and shared with a story. Going a little broader. Cover industry news. So you're not just talking about your company and your products. You're talking about trends in the industry. You're talking about what best practices are. You're talking about, anything that could be related to your industry. These are things that people are going to connect with. And it's going to cast a wider net for your content marketing. Highlighting company charity work. Seems kind of like a no-brainer. All press is good press. Charity work is a really big thing, but it personalizes your company and makes people feel like you're doing good in the world and not just trying to make money. Not that we're not all trying to make money, it's a wonderful thing. Leverage your own expertise. If you own a business, or you're creating something, or you're providing a service, you know you are the expert. So you should be positioning yourself as the expert, and you should be producing content that positions you as the expert, so you become a trusted source for information about your product or service. Focus on people. I'm going to say this a lot, because focusing on people is really important. If you're not focusing on people, then you're doing it wrong. Just wrong. People are where your stories are going to come from. And that's an important thing to remember. Having 100, 200, 300, 500 words about a baseball bat may be interesting, but what people are really going to care about is how the Little League team uses your baseball bats. So I'll say this again. How does your product or service change lives? This is something that you need to think about and examine and look around for. Start asking your customers, how do you use my product? How has it changed? How do you do this? How do you do things differently? How do you relate to this? How do you like it? This is the kind of thing that is going to make your audience interested in your product and service and care about it in a way that just saying, buy my product is not going to. So we're moving on to kind of the structured form of the presentation. You now have some story ideas. Perhaps you know what you want to write about. So here's some forms that you can use that are kind of journalism-based. So the big one, and probably the one you're most familiar with from reading a newspaper, it's called the inverted pyramid. And it's top to bottom, most important information, less important information, and then less and less important information. So the lead paragraph is always the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, why, and how. Most important information goes here. In general, you don't want to bury your lead. It's why people are going to care. It explains proximity, it explains timeliness, it explains the importance, visibility. This is where you make the claim for newsworthiness in the lead. The body, develop your news peg. A news peg is essentially supporting evidence. Why is this important? Why should people care? This is where you're going to be putting in interview information and other kind of stuff. And then, as the story goes on, the details get less and less important. So this is where you tell someone that the interviewer was wearing a blue shirt, or it took place in a grassy field. This is the details that are not directly tied to your news type, but may happen to add some color to the piece. With this is one style of news. It generally is used for something we call hard news, which is the very, it's the not fun stuff. It's the important things like an event happened, the president spoke, something happened in Congress, a bus crash, hard news. But it's a good way to start looking at content in this fashion. It's kind of this is where you walk before you can run. So let's have a look at a lead. Las Vegas. Seizing an opening to rewrite the nation's immigration laws, President Obama challenged Congress on Tuesday to act swiftly to put 11 million illegal immigrants living in the United States on a clear path to citizenship. So this tells you the where, Las Vegas. That's called a dateline. They are fantastic for SEO. If you are writing press releases, if you are writing any kind of blog posts, if you're doing anything like that, SEO, awesome. Datelines, good idea. Las Vegas, so seizing an opening to rewrite nation's immigration laws. That's what's happening. That's the what. President Obama is the who. Congress is also the who. On Tuesday, that's the when. How. You got swiftly put 11 million illegal immigrants on the living path to citizenship. So this is from the New York Times. I got my nice little citation there. But this is clearly a who, what, where, when, why, and how lead. Very newsy, very direct. It's just a good way to kind of start things if you're ever stuck. So the other story structure I'm going to talk about is the anecdote. For all the adorable images of cats that play the piano, flush the toilet, mew melodiously, and find their way back home over hundreds of miles, scientists have identified a shocking new truth. Cats are far deadlier than you imagine. So what this is telling a story. It is setting up expectations and then pretty much undercutting them with the final line. Cats are far deadlier than anyone realized. So it's a way of playing on humor. It's kind of funny. It tells you a short story within a paragraph. Not even a paragraph. It's a sentence. So this is going to be the hook that brings people in. Also, keep your cats inside, they kill native birds. Also from the New York Times yesterday, basically from here it goes on from this lead it goes into the news information, the scientists who are working on it, and why it's important. So in this case, this was the right choice for this story. So if you decide to go with the anecdotal lead, a few things you can do. First, write 3 or 4 sentences establishing the point of your story. So this is essentially looking back and saying, okay, what's important about this story and why am I telling it? Find an employee in the company who represents the trend. So you're looking for someone who can talk about why this is important. So you conduct an interview that leaves you with a tightly constructed anecdote followed by a dramatic or colorful quote. So this takes some practice, actually interviewing someone in order to get colorful information or useful quotes. Generally using open-ended questions is going to be your best bet. And then after telling the story in your lead, using no more than 3 to 4 paragraphs, write a net graph that explains your point of your piece, pose 2 or 3 questions in the paragraph that sets up the rest of the article. This is basically how you transition out of your amusing story about deadly cats into the rest of your story, why this is important, why people should care. So these are 2 models for writing stories that essentially pull on journalistic practices, but will make your content marketing more compelling and readable to users, and also more attractive to journalists who supposedly will be contacting you about this. Is there a question? Oh, I'm sorry. Nut graph is essentially the who, what, where, when, why, and how. So another kind of basic principle of storytelling, all stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Thinking about the story structure ahead of time is always going to be a good idea. It means that you're going to be thinking about it when you interview people, as you gather information, and also as you pull together your story. It gives you structure that you can use to write and confuse further in your storytelling. All right. Okay, I'm just going to keep standing over here. What information do my customers need to succeed with my products and services? This, I think, is the #1 question you can ask yourself and ask about your company or your products and your services. What information do my customers need to succeed? Do they need industry news? Do they need to know novel ways to use your products? Do they need to know the benefits of your products? They need to know how people are using your products. They need to know why people are using their products. They need to know how good it can be to be a part of your company in some way. And doing that with storytelling is incredibly powerful. And finally, good content conquers all. There's a lot of resistance in a way because this is less focused on things like calls to action or ROI, but this is really how you build trust with consumers these days. The media itself is a slowly shrinking profession, and occasionally very quickly shrinking profession. So, and we have, as businesses, an incredible power to self-publish and to become the content curators. Whereas before, journalists and the media, the traditional media, were the gatekeepers, now we are. Everyone's a gatekeeper. We decide what the narrative is going to be for our brands and our companies, and we create it ourselves. So think about that. Some cool inspiration. If you ever want to get inspired about content marketing and brand journalism, these are some places that are doing a really great job. MediaStorm, made by a former, is a company out of New York. They do multimedia storytelling, both for journalists and also for companies. So if you look into their brand stories, they are beautifully and wonderfully done, very compelling and often a little bit more tangential than you think, but seriously gorgeous stuff. Cisco and HSBC have both created really cool kind of newsroomy websites where you can go for things like industry news, all kinds of cool stuff. GE is going into their history, essentially. They're going into like 50 years of GE inventions, which is just really cool. Great way to leverage a very long historic company with a ton of innovations. And then Boeing is doing some really cool stuff with aviation. If you just go to their website, they have some beautiful photographs, stories about innovations in aviation, and how they're working with customers. So, the end. Anyone have any questions?
If you have a question, raise your hand. I'll bring the mic over to you. We have a question up front.
So Erin, can you tell us a little bit about different ways to use the content?
Absolutely. Content can be used in so many ways. If you have a company blog, if you have a company website, if you're going on YouTube, social media, these are all ways where you can distribute your content. Obviously, the bigger companies are creating their own, essentially, portals for this content, and they have a specific website that's designated to their brand journalism, but you don't necessarily have to go that far. For smaller companies, a focused blog is more than enough. And then from there, you can use that to distribute your content across the web and across social media. Press releases are also cool, and if you can develop partnerships with other blogs, that's also a fun thing.
Kind of continuing in that vein, can you talk a little bit about how to get others to write stories about you? Because certainly there's your stories you can write about yourself, but then motivating the world out there to write about you.
Like any other thing with media, it's about interaction, and it's going to be reciprocal. So if you want to work, so for one thing, if you want to work with, say, you want a blogger on a famous tech site to write about you, you need to be in contact, and you need to give them something interesting to write about. You need to pitch stories to them. So thinking about newsworthiness, what's timely about it? What's important? What's the impact going to be? Think about what these would appeal to a mass audience. Tailor your pitch to those people and send it out to them. Journalists, let me tell you, are suckers for people who hand them stories. Story ideas are the hardest thing in the world. I spent two summers as a photo editor, and the hardest things in the world for student photojournalists to come up with were solid story ideas. So if someone says, here's a story idea, this is the impact, this is what's happening, this is what's important about it, they will run with it. So just creating connections and being able to communicate what's important about your story is going to be the most important thing.
Hey, do you have any suggestions for adjusting content if you're in more of a B2B realm than B2C?
B2B realms work really well if you want to become, the idea there is that you want to become a known curator of good content. So industry news, I think, is really where B2B wants to be. B2C can be more personal, more about human interest, but B2B, you want to be up on industry news. Just be a good curator and producer and expert in that field.
Erin, I have two questions.
Okay.
Don't laugh. Okay, so the first one is dollar bill B2B or B2C? So we do business for Ingenex and Fuel and X-Tank, but I'm working with you sitting at your desk producing a brochure. So do we have to do a little of both, or?
I think in most cases like that, a little of both. You're probably going to be more focused on industry news and becoming an expert in that. Okay. But honestly, even strictly B2B companies will benefit from being friendly and personable and caring about their customers. There are so many cool stories that you can tell about how people use your products that, I mean, the sky is the limit there. So just keep your eye out on both. I know for one of our clients right now, they're definitely, for the most part, a B2B company. It's case-based. They make thin film metrology, so very scientific. And And our next project with them is going to be a video about how a company uses their measuring tools in making high-end optical equipment. So that's just something that can really get into that. Yes? Gives you a microphone. I'm sorry, did I answer your question? Yeah, awesome. Go ahead.
On the B2B,
Yep.
all the corporations I work with have consent forms, and you can't say anything. B2C, is there something out there without me going back to my attorney to get a consent form for where we sell directly to the customer? And there's an interesting story we'd like to.
In general, you don't really, for journalism, you don't need a consent form. Unless you're in schools are kind of a different thing. Being transparent and talking to people is usually all the permission you need. Don't ever talk to someone and then without telling them that you're going to do this, put it on your website. Just make sure you tell them, you know, I want to write a content piece about this. It's going to go on our blog. This is how it's going to be distributed. And generally, that's all the consent that you need from normal citizens. Obviously, if you're doing B2B, you need permission, and you need to know what is okay with that as well.
Erin, okay, I know we ask this a lot at LA2M, but I want your opinion.
Okay.
Okay, so you have Twitter and Facebook and blogs and all, and you should change your content for each one, or you can have the same. How do you feel about all that?
You can, with something like, let's say you write a really good blog post about your company working with another company. You have this fantastic piece of work. There is no problem with putting it out on all your networks. You just need to be careful to tailor your message to the audience of your network. So if on Twitter, for example, you're mostly following your customers, you're not really talking to B2B, what you want to do is you want to focus on the cool relationship that you created there. And then maybe on Facebook, where your audience is going to be your B2B customers, focus on the benefits of your relationship. So make sure you're paying attention to what your audience on that network is, and what they're going to get out of the story.
So you're not just reposting that blog, you're actually changing it.
You don't have to change the blog post.
Right.
You need to change the message that you send out to those people. And don't be afraid to repurpose content weeks later. There's something called evergreen, which essentially means there's no timely aspect to it. So that means you can use it again in a few months. You know, the idea being, hey, check out this thing we did a few months ago. We can do this for you.
Who's got a question? So I'll ask one. What's the breakdown? You know, because there's obviously things you can write about, there's things you can take pictures of, there's things you can do video for. How do you feel that breakdown works? How do you know which one to pursue?
For me, it's kind of instinctual. I'm looking for different things in different stories. When I just want to photograph something, I think I'm looking for a visual narrative, something that's going to be pretty. Not that I can't make other things pretty, but you know, there's a certain amount of things that go there. I think for more technical issues, going print is probably going to be a good idea. It's just that it's easier to simplify and have people understand and comprehend that way. Video is kind of a mishmash of both, because you can use devices like voiceover and visuals and photos and text to create a comprehensive experience. Video, in a way, it's one of the hardest mediums to master, but I think going forward, especially with a more visual web, it's going to be one of the more profitable mediums to master.
Right.
If that helps them.
All right, let's give Conor O'Neill a big round of applause. Erin. Erin O'Neill. All right, thanks, Erin. So now we are going to pass the mic and you get to introduce yourself. So we ask you please stand up when you do this. And you see how this mic makes you sound good, right? So please stand up, give us your name, your company, and if you're looking for something, you can share that real quickly and then pass, and we'll get her all the way around the room. And then you'll have time to talk to your friends before you leave. So we're going to start up front with you.
I'm Donna Gilkey-Laban. We have a small company, Laban Lift Straps. We produce secure straps for patient lifters that allow one person to lift the lower half of a bedridden incontinent person's body high enough to be cleaned and changed without having to have lots of people come in and help. So we're an entrepreneurial company, and that's why we're here.
Great.
Hi, I'm Emily Walsh. I'm a student at Michigan State, a senior graduating in May, so looking for job opportunities in the area. I'm also an intern at Ingenex digital marketing.
Hi, Erin, and I'm a registered nurse, and we're into health and wellness.
Hello, I'm Ashley Rashoni. I'm also an intern with Ingenex. I have a background in creative advertising as well as digital advertising, and looking for jobs in the area if you're available.
Hi, my name is Laura Enna. I'm also a senior at Michigan State, graduating in May, and also an intern at Ingenex. I'm interested in search engine optimization and social media marketing.
Hi, I'm Stacy from Dollar Bill, your local digital print shop, and we help you get things done fast, efficient, and cost-effective.
Hi, I'm Beth Simon. I'm a principal consultant at Taproot Marketing. I'm a one-woman show. I help small businesses in the area with their social media and content marketing.
Hi, my name is Nan Reed Twist, and my business is called Coach for Hire, H-I-G-H-E-R, and I help people mostly in their 40s and 50s find greater access to meaning and joy. And I do individual coaching and also group coaching.
Hi, I'm Tom Crawford. I am a mobile app developer, so if you need an app developer, you know somebody who does, come see me after. But today I'm here talking about the Visual Thinking and Literacy Conference, which I'm running April 13th over in Birmingham. So if you want to learn how to think or communicate more effectively using visuals, come see me after and get some information.
Hi, I'm Kathy Szynski, and I work over at the Office of Student Publications on the campus of the University of Michigan. I also teach in the Integrated Marketing Communications program at Eastern. And today's ask, one of the boards that I sit on is the Friends of the Ann Arbor District Library, and their bookshop is located in the basement of the library over on 5th Ave, and they accept donations for books all throughout the year, so it's not just a once or twice a year sale. So if you're doing some spring cleaning on this warm February day, feel free to drop your books off at the back entrance, and the proceeds go to a lot of things like the second grade library tours in Ann Arbor and other things like that.
I'm Bud Gibson. I created the search marketing program at Eastern Michigan University, and I'm currently working on a case study workbook on the intersection of search and social.
Hello everybody, my name is Jim Musial, and I work in web and mobile development. I love to work with entrepreneurs and help you launch your product. Everything from writing a business plan to seeking venture dollars. So if you have an opportunity that you're looking to move forward, I'd love to talk to you about it. Thanks.
Hi, Robert Baxtresser. I work for Arbor Software. We help you go mobile with mobile app development, and we've got a great track record of helping local entrepreneurs here in the Ann Arbor area. We're downtown here.
My name is Gregory Benzel. I work with Spring Arbor University as an adjunct instructor. I also recruit graduate students. We have a number of grad programs available online, including our MBA. I'm also an ambassador for the Jackson Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, my name is Jackie Staulicker. My business is called Oh So Relaxing, and I do therapeutic foot massage that is very helpful, especially for diabetic neuropathy, digestive sort of disorders, and help relieve pain.
My name is Mindy Matthews, and I'm working with Google to bring Street View inside. Basically, we're doing virtual tours of all local businesses and it's a fantastic marketing tool. Anybody who has clients who's building websites should come to me because this is something your clients might want.
Hi, my name is Jordan Beecham, and I'm with Dexter Builders, and I help out with some of the marketing there.
I'm Bridget Faber. I'm with the Chelsea area festivals, and we put on concert series throughout the summer and festival. I'm at the end of summer in Chelsea, which is not too far away from here in Arbor.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Raymond. I am a co-owner of Boundless Beauty Studio, which specializes in boudoir and maternity photographs. Don't know what boudoir is? It's kind of Maxim Victoria's Secrets. So I am looking for maternity people who are pregnant because I'm trying to update my portfolio. I'm offering a great special for 3 sessions. If you know anyone who's pregnant, send them my way. And I'm hearing chuckles. All right. So. All right. Yeah. So I would love to speak with you afterwards. All right.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Vogel. I work with online tech. I work with the online paid advertising mostly, but I also work on the blog, and I'm trying to tell our company's story.
Hi everyone, I'm Judy DeFord. I'm in marketing for the Betty Brigade. We do relocation, event planning, and organizing. So if you need anybody, if you know anybody who needs to downsize or organize, it's a good time of year for us. We're a little bit slower right now, so let us know. The Betty Brigade.
Hi, I'm Chris Weckner with The Ultimate Analyst. I'm an online marketer that focuses on service-oriented businesses. I'll talk to anybody, but I probably help you if it's service. But I'm going to take advantage of the Ask Campaign moment. I'm looking for any speaking engagements that are looking for educational presentations, not sales ones. Again, my name is Chris Weckner if you'd like to talk to me.
He's got a great radio voice. I work for WEMU 89.1, and I handle new media, and I'm helping put together our digital strategy for the future.
I'm Tom Bobany. I own a company called Mobile Exhibit Specialists. We do trade shows on wheels.
I'm Roger Rayle. I'm a venture catalyst, and I do a lot of video for different networking groups. I'm also coordinating all the video for ACE. And again, it's about 1,000 entrepreneurs, venture capitalists, angel investors, suppliers at Thurton Manor in Livonia. I've also started a video meetup group. We'll have our second meeting February 13th. See me afterward if you want to be part of this.
Hello, I'm Andrew Capelli. I'm with Stewart Title. I do business development and marketing for Stewart in the very exciting field of title insurance. I work with realtors, builders, lenders, and real estate attorneys. It's my first time here today, so thank you for having me.
My name is Justin Gibson. I don't think I'm related to you, bud. Not sure, probably not. I work with Sandler Training in Ann Arbor. I think that guy might be on our wall there. You know, testimony? Maybe. Well, businesses come to us if they're looking to increase their sales prospecting or just looking to get an upper hand. You're a business owner. We have an event Friday actually. If that's something you're interested in, come have a conversation with me. We'll see what we can do.
My name is Peter, and I'm a web developer at Move Communications here in Ann Arbor.
Hi, my name is Dave Menzo. I'm also with Move Communications. We do brand marketing, web development, video production, all types of marketing services. So if you are interested in any of that, please come talk.
Hi, my name is Lauren Schneider. I'm the social media coordinator at Ingenex, and I just want to say thanks to everyone who was live tweeting today. And again, thanks to Erin. She did a really great job.
Hi, I'm Krisha Hapatica. I'm interning at Ingenex. I'm working on my master's in public relations, and I'm just always like to be here and like to meet new people.
Hi, I'm
Mary Lou with the LA2M. Thanks for coming out. Erin, thanks for a very informative talk. That was really worthwhile and really good information. If you are a speaker, or you know someone who is a speaker who would like to have an opportunity to at least offer us an idea for a presentation, that'd be great. Always looking for new ideas. So if you'd like to come and talk to me about that, I appreciate the information. And thanks for turning out, and see you next week.
Hi, I'm Laura Kirchner, and I'm the Client Experience Manager at Ingenex. And we do digital marketing, so anything from websites to social, email. So we love clients that are looking for a strategy to try and improve their results and achieve their business goals. So, thank you.
Hi, I'm Leslie McGraw with Let's Go Social Media Marketing and Training, and I love to see solopreneurs get their business off the ground using all the tools that are free or low cost online. Thank you so much. And I'm Erin, and I just talk for 30 minutes.
Hi, I'm Kurt Sherline, Crockman Studios, and a commercial editorial and portrait photographer. And the images that you today go up on the group's Facebook page.
Thank you, Kurt. And, the photography film. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Jerry Willis. I'm a cinematographer and photographer, and next week I'll be holding a headshot intensive about building your brand, because people see your headshots far before they talk to you. So if you want to be a part of the intensive, come talk to me. Thank you.
Great, and Jerry was filming some sort of a still life documentary about LA2M. So you'll share that with us when it's done?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thanks for doing that. You picked a great person as your subject, I think, with Erin O'Neill. So my name is Derek. I run this company called Ingenex Digital Marketing. We're just 2 doors down there. I did give a testimonial to Sandler. I went through Sandler training a few years ago. And I tend to kick off these LA2M meetings. So I'm really happy everyone came today. I think it was a great talk. So let's give Erin another round of applause. What's that?
Stretch.
Stretch? Oh, stretch. No. I'm giving extra networking time, Roger. That was the focus group said they wanted that networking time. But so anyways, next week we have a big speaker. This guy is C.C. Chapman. He's coming in from Boston, and he's doing something the night of next week, February 6th. He's doing it out at Motor City Casino, right? But he's doing it here at lunch, which is really incredible. He's written 2 books. One is called Content Rules, which is a great book about content marketing. And then he also wrote a new book that just came out called Amazing Things Can Happen, which I haven't read yet, but I'm going to buy a copy next week because he's going to be here. And again, this is the same rules apply. Like you don't have to pay the normal $50 to $100 that people normally pay to see this guy. So C.C. Chapman is going to fill up, sell out, so bring your friends. It's the real deal. All right? Everyone's going to be here? I'm looking at you. All right, you be here? Okay, thank you. I'll be looking. All right, so anyways, go out and make some money and have lots of fun, and thanks for supporting us, and thanks to our sponsors, and see y'all later. Bye.